So if somebody says they have faith, that's one thing. But if they don't have action, if they don't have what James calls works, then what good is it? And in the Greek, the answer that's implied is, it's no good at all. It's no good at all. We're already seeing a danger or a clue that faith can be falsified exterior. If that's a word. Now it is. Faith can be falsified exterior, which means people can profess to have faith, people can say that they have faith, but they really don't have faith. They really have no action. They really have no conversion, no life to show that faith. That claim to have faith can be an empty claim with no action. What is faith really in action but an outward extension of that faith? So 1 John says it lots of different ways. He says it in chapter 1, verse 6. If we have fellowship with Him and we walk in darkness, we do not practice the truth. We really don't have fellowship. If we say we have fellowship with Him and yet while we walk in darkness, we really don't have fellowship. We lie. In chapter 2, he says, if someone says he is in the light but hates his brother, he's still in darkness. In chapter 3, he says, little children, let nobody deceive you. Whoever practices righteousness is righteous, and whoever makes a practice of sinning is of the devil. And he says, by this it is evident who are the children of God and who are the children of God, who are the children of God and who are the children of the devil. Those who are children of God practice righteousness. Those who are children of the devil practice evil after the devil. He says it in chapter 4. If we love one another, God abides in us, and His love is perfected in us. He says, by this we know that we abide in Him and that He abides in us. How do we know? Because He has given us His Spirit. We love. So, I use those scriptures to show that this is a very clear teaching in the Bible, that our faith is meant to work itself out in life, to make us live and act a certain way, in a godly way. So, getting back to James' question, what good is it if someone has faith? If someone says they have faith, they have nothing to show for it. What good is it? No good at all. It's useless. Another question, follow-up question in that same verse. Can that faith save him? Can that faith, that one without works, can it save? Can it save? Well, let's find out. Because it's a real good question. Can just that empty faith, that someone saying they have faith, can that save them? Can that save them? That's a good question, one that we constantly ask ourselves. Can that kind of faith save? And here's an illustration he gives us in verses 15 and 16. This is his illustration. If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, go in peace, be warm and filled, without giving them the things needed for the body, what good is that? So, somebody sees a brother or a sister, poorly clothed. In Greek, it's like almost naked, very inadequately clothed, very poor, lacking in daily food, not lacking in desserts, lacking in daily food, things that they need to live, starving to death. And they're brothers and sisters in Christ. They're your brother, they're your sister. You see them, and they're starving to death. They're in need. He says, and one of you, so one of you that professes to have faith, one of these in the household of faith, if one of you says to them, go in peace, be warm and filled. It's almost like a kind of a benediction. It's kind of like a prayer. So that's what Christians do, right? When somebody's in need, somebody comes and says, I'm in need. Say, oh, well, let me pray for you. Right? That's our Christian response. And then after they pray for them, they say, go in peace, brother. Go in peace. So somebody comes, James says, starving to death, lacking in clothes. They come to you, and what do? You say, let me pray for you, brother. May you be warmed. May you be filled. Go in peace. See you later. And we can't lose the force of the irony here. Because I'm the one telling this person, go in peace, be warmed, be filled, and yet I have enough to help this person. And yet all I do is just say, may the Lord bless you. Go in peace. It sounds ridiculous. It should, because it is ridiculous. Person sees somebody has a great need. They're starving. They come to them and say, brother, I'm in need. And the other person says, well, let me pray for you and give you a benediction and send you on your way. James says, what good is that? Really? What did you do for this person? You didn't do anything for them. You just told them, you just said, go in peace. And that person has sent them away without giving them anything that they need. What did he really do? Nothing. And what does it say about the heart of the person that did this? What does it say about the heart? The person was probably greedy because they didn't want to share anything that they had to give to somebody who needed. They didn't have any love for anybody because they didn't really care. They just prayed for this person, did what they felt like they should do, and then sent them on their way. They didn't have any love for Christ because this is a brother and sister in Christ who's in need, and they just sent them on their way. And James says, what good was that?